It's the call every parent dreads. Your child has been seriously injured, and you've either got to take them to the hospital or meet them there. It's the trip that tests your faith. Welcome to Mornings with Bishop Robert, where we explore real-life issues of faith and build it stronger together. Thanks for joining me on the top spot on the internet for Coffee with a Cleric. My goal is to introduce others to the Jesus they never knew, and then help them get to know him and his word personally and better. So if our time together today speaks to your heart, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and then share it with a friend. Also, join our email list. You'll get a free copy of my book, Count to One, and you'll start getting Mornings with Bishop Robert sent directly to your inbox each day. And there's lots of other great benefits. So click the link in the description below, and you'll find about all of them. The impact of a baseball bat striking a child's head is enough to end their life. I was part of a church softball league when one of my sons was about 7 or 8 years old. Our family was at the ball game together, and the team was warming up for the game. Well, as batting practice was about to begin, one of the players told my son to go and sit in the dugout. Now, that's a shielded area where the players who are not actively playing sit. I explained the term because you may not know what a dugout is. My son didn't. He started to walk away, but then he realized that he didn't understand what he'd just been told to do. So he turned to walk back and ask where he was supposed to go. Well, as he did, he was struck full force in the skull by the batter at the plate and crumpled to the ground, unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital in our own car, not even waiting for an ambulance. On the way, he moved in and out of consciousness, and when he was able to speak, his questions betrayed his confusion, his lack of memory, the injury. Well, thanks be to God, he recovered fully from his injury with no enduring issues. Evidently, he inherited my thick skull. But the word terrified doesn't even come close to describing my emotions on the drive to the hospital that seemed like it would never end. Well, today's verse says, by his wounds, we're healed. Now, many a parent has stood next to their child in the hospital and thought, I wish I could take that pain for them. Neither the cause nor the severity matters, nor the impact on our lives if our request were somehow to be granted. The only thing that matters is that our child is suffering. And when the child is suffering, the parent's in pain. When your child is suffering, you want to exchange places. But that was only possible once. You see, our Heavenly Father saw the pain that sin had wreaked in each one of us. Each of us. And he said, I want to exchange places. And so we did. The only parent who was ever able to remove the full impact of his child's wounds by taking them onto himself. It doesn't matter if they're wounds that are inflicted upon us by the sinfulness of others. He's willing to take those. He knows that hurt people hurt people. And he came to heal and to forgive. Makes no difference to him if we were the cause of our own pain, because stubbornness and sin cause many of our own wounds and a great deal of our own pain. But he's willing to take those as well. Every pain, each injury, he offers to take them upon himself, because by his wounds we're healed. So he decided he'd accept our wounds. He agreed to be beaten, flogged, mocked, abandoned. He agreed to be crucified and face death in order to offer you and I life. Every impact of all our sin was laid on him for you and me. He took it. And he did what every parent standing next to every injured child has wanted to do since the creation of parents. By his wounds, we're healed. You know, sometimes we wonder why bad things happen to good people, especially kids. But that's only because we tend to divide the world up into good people and bad people. The gospel divides the world into bad people and Jesus. Why do bad things happen to good people? Well, that only happened once, and he volunteered. The gospel is the story of the greatest exchange in history. The gospel is the story of a parent's dream fulfilled. And it's the only story you'll ever hear where the hero dies for the villain. Hey, as we wrap up, can I ask you to help me introduce people to the Jesus they never knew and help them get to know him and his word personally and better? Please like this video to help more people see it. And then click follow or subscribe so that we can get together every day. In fact, click the link in the description to get the free copy of my book, Count to One, and sign up for our email list. And one more thing. Share this with a friend, would you? Because as you do, you're part of a team that's touching the hearts of millions of people all over the world. Thanks for helping.